everyone, welcome back to our channel. Mr. Chef doesn't know how to do intro again. How many weeks ago did you stop filming? You don't know how to do it. Anyway, I'm doing it for him and I want to let you guys know. He's going to be sharing his own part of the wedding night story. You guys know he was not with me when I did my version, and now he wants to do his version. So, Mr. Chef, let's have it.
Hi guys, I'm sure you guys watched Omar's video of her own parts of how our wedding night unfolded. But I feel like there's a male version because we all have different way we process emotions and all of that. So I would like to go straight into it. So starting from where we got back from our wedding reception, I mean the whole house was upside down. Different gifts were everywhere. Everywhere was kind of littered. So we just had to like shift some things to just have a proper sleep because the next day we were going to church. So came back, we slept, nothing happened. I might not be really specific about like the timing because I mean obviously it's been a while, it's been months. So right now those time is going to be like very vague in my head. But I mean the details of the whole experience is still fresh because I mean it has to be fresh. So we got married and it's expected, even from the church service, they already telling us about consummation. So we had in mind that consummation must happen. And bear in mind, she was a virgin, and I was not necessarily a virgin because I mean, I was once saved. I had the day of conversion, so I mean, prior to that date, I've had at least some few. So I was not new to the whole act.
And
so to speak.
So it gave you a kind of confidence.
Yeah, so it gave me a kind of confidence that okay, yes. Although I've like abstained for a long time, but I mean, I know these things, right? So it gave me that confidence that okay, let's go and let's consummate, And even before then, prior to even this whole relationship thing, I really had in mind that I was of the opinion, that was before I met Christ, I was of the opinion that I don't really like virgins. Why? Because I mean, I don't have time for those kind of stress, trying to like, break high men, all these things. I didn't really have that strength and time, but coming to Christ, I found out that this thing is very precious and stuff like that. So although that fear has been in my mind, has been in one corner of my mind, but I had to put up that bold approach to this whole thing, and later on it was what it is, and it got to the point to consummate, and the first attempt was not good. The first attempt was sad. I don't know how to put it. I was angry. Like I didn't know the emotion to place it. The first time we tried, obviously it's our first time. So I had like an orientation of how we have to treat like first timers. Yeah. So I did the basics of how we're supposed to get that place to be receptive of my and stuff like that. So we tried. Did the whole thing. It was so tight. Like, my God.
I wanted to lay emphasis on how that sometimes you got frustrated. I don't want to say angry because you were not mad at me.
Yeah.
But I feel like you were angry at maybe just yourself. I don't know. At the point I was thinking.
I don't even know what I was angry at.
Did you know that I was a virgin before you married me?
Yeah, exactly. And I did not at the
point.
point.
It's meant to be like an advantage. Like you're supposed to like me for the fact that I am.
I mean, theoretically, like from the broad standpoint of things, I mean, I like my wife, she's a virgin. Wow, she's never experienced this before. Nobody has, seen her, that goes those stuff before. Beautiful. But like right now, we are in the practical stage and we need to get something done and it's not getting done. So obviously that part of me, that part of frustration will come into play. I remember, when, we started, the basics of, how to go about the first time. So we did and, we tried. It was not going as I would have wanted it to go because I know that yes, she's a virgin and all, but there was a level of speed I wanted because I wanted but that I think that's going to be selfish of me, but I felt like this thing should not be this complicated and hard.
Yeah, that's what reminds me at the point you were like he felt like it was me making it hard. Do you get? Because at the point you'd be like, it's not painful now, why are you doing like this? Not like you say it's not painful, but you'd be like, relax, like calm down.
Like I feel like the thing I did doesn't require the the feedback she's giving me, because
Like,
I
you
mean,
feel like it's not that.
yeah, it's
You're
not
not even
that
started
I'm not even doing anything, and you're already
dating, and
doing
I'm already doing
you're
like.
already making some sound that, you know, and bear in mind she's a virgin, so any little sound she makes, it gets me to be like, so what's happening? Are you okay? Are you fine? And stuff like that, you know. So I remember the first time that we tried, it didn't go as planned. I was so frustrated, you know. I just told her I'm tired. I went, you know,
It
went
was not even the first time. That was like the third attempt. The first one didn't work, and usually he would just cover it up and be like, okay, let's just go and date, and then we'll go and date, right? After we date, obviously we're out of the mood already, so we'll just sleep. Or we'll just talk.
yeah.
Or
So
just
I don't really know the time.
So,
how
but
many
this
time that
particular one, he was angry, and it was obvious.
I was very frustrated.
And I was angry. That why are you angry? Like,
Yeah,
is this my
so
fault? Did you get?
after the whole thing, I just came and laid down. I didn't talk to her. I just laid down and just, faced the other side and wanted to just sleep. You know, and all of a sudden, she started reacting. I didn't even know what she was. I didn't know what force was making her. Like, I didn't talk to her. That she came. She was very furious. She literally cried on that night. That she was going to call my mom.
I told you, I
I was
said,
going to call my mom to report my mom that this is down. I was
yeah,
like,
I said I was going to call her because one, she's a nurse. So anyway, I feel like I cannot have
that's not why she wanted to call. She wanted to call as a report.
And because she's your mom now, she's the best person I should report to. Do you get?
I don't report to anybody. That is not report to anybody. She face it
No, but what do you guys expect? What do you expect? Why will we have an attempt that was unsuccessful, and you don't talk to me afterward, and you just go and lie down and face the other side? Okay, you not just lie down, right? You face the other side.
Yes,
so
I
the
wanted
lying
to
down.
like sleep because I was tired of the whole atmosphere. Everything was just making me angry and frustrated, and stuff
Do
like
you think I
that.
was
But
not frustrated too?
I think I reacted the wrong way, based on the impulses that was in my system at that time, and she came and she was asking questions, she was crying, blah blah blah, stuff like that, and we tried to pacify ourselves that night because obviously we slept.
You like him and tell me sorry,
Sorry,
you woke up, we stood up.
just say the sorry thing and whatnot. So the next day, I think the next day she went to work. I think she was still in banking training then.
Yeah.
And I got up in the morning and I was very, very concerned about what just happened. So I just realized that in this my level of faith, I don't think Google should be my friend now. I don't think somebody else should be my friend now. Because we watched a couple of videos before we even had to get to that, and I mean their experiences was valid, but it didn't really work. So I felt like, okay, let me go back to the source of where this thing came from, because I mean the person that created this thing in the first place is God. So I went to the Bible. I went back to Ephesians chapter 5. I think chapter 5, where they talked about marriage. I think it's 5 verse 23 or so, where the Bible says that He has made us one flesh. So my own issue was that I wanted to understand her. I wanted to know how she thinks or how she's feeling. Let her not be feeling some type of way and I'm feeling the opposite. I wanted us to be in sync in thoughts, in sync in how the whole thing should go. So I literally, read that scripture and I began to pray. I began to ask God, God, please, I beg you, help me. Help me to understand this lady. Help me to know how to relate with her in this context, because now we need to be one, and the way it's going, she's thinking that way, because of what happened the previous night, I didn't want it to happen anymore, and I realized that this particular aspect of marriage is one of the vital factors that can disintegrate it, may or make or match. So I didn't want, even if something happens in marriage, nothing will happen. I mean, it should not be this particular aspect. So I prayed. It took me 2 hours to pray because I was praying only one scripture. I was praying, God help me, give me understanding, blah blah blah. So I think the night she came, we tried again. This time we progressed because I don't know how to use practical word, because
when I was using my own words, he was there laughing at me in that video. He was like, what I'm saying in the public. I'm saying finger in the public. When I say what you want to say, tell them in the coded way that they won't know. Tell them that you use that thing, that is not the main thing.
Yeah, because I used that thing, not the main thing, and from the first, second, and I found that like there was movement, there was
That day was like a miracle for us. But
yes.
you have to explain from the guy's end. You don't know what happened in my end.
Yes.
So what happened in my end was that this day was not our typical night time to try.
Mm-hmm.
It was just afternoon. Do you understand? So more like I was not on my guard. Because if you watch my video, you will learn that I said I was always on my guard, and that was a bad thing. And that's because I could not help it, because I was overly conscious. So but this time around, it happened during the daytime. So I didn't see it coming. And so in that way, my body responded well to
Yes. So I think that day, like she said in her video, I had to call a guy that gets water for us. So he was still on the process of fetching water, and the drum has not gotten filled then. So I think he was on the third one. He went and he just started like that. So I forgot to mention that most of these things that were happening started to affect me in my mind. How so? Is because all of a sudden, I'll be active, and based on one or two reactions from her, I will just go inactive like almost immediately. So I try to imagine, is something wrong with me? Am I well? Am I, capable? Am I active? Because.
But you know what he means, right?
Yes, I think I should know what I mean, because my mouth is even heavy. As an apostle, I don't know how to communicate these things.
Did you say that I'm supposed to? Are you not doing that post?
I don't know how to communicate this thing literally, but when we like on the initial stage, I'm active, I'm all strong and everything, and into it, based on one or two reactions like shock or something from her, it will just go down drastically, like to just reduce. You get. So I was not trying to imagine, is it that am I okay? Like, I now started recalling about all the Coke, Fanta that I've been drinking. Is it the reason why this thing is not active now? What is happening?
How come you didn't tell me all this? Did you know I'm laughing?
She was going through my mind, but I didn't want to say, because she had warned me
not
initially in the relationship not to take fizzy drinks. And the body was what it wants. I've been taking behind her back. So now it now came to me as, are you sure this is not because of the things that you have been taking?
Done.
So I was kind of scared. I was like, I'm not going to hospital now. I'm saying, you'll not be telling me erectile. What is happening here? Stuff like that.
It felt like it was a dysfunction to him.
Yeah, I felt like it was a dysfunction health-wise.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was a mind thing.
That's because in your own opinion, you didn't want to see me go through pain. And according to him, he will be like, well, this is not rape, because that was the vibe it was giving him. Because of how scared I was, right? So when we went to that end, I'm like, I can't be scared because I'm scared of the pain. You carry on. But he cannot carry on with me in that space.
Yes, because sometimes she was like, she'd be like, no, those. I was like, you shouted. You want me to how? Did you get like stuff like that? And sometimes I want to go in, and they'll be like she wedges me. I want to, she will just wedge me, and it will just give me like a spark in my brain, and all my activeness will just go inactive all of a sudden, like immediately. And I'll be like, is that I'm not finding her attractive? What is happening? Why is this thing?
Yeah, at the point,
why is this thing going down? Why are you not standing up as it's supposed to be standing to perform the act? So that on that particular day, she just got back. I didn't know what we were doing. I think we were just playing guitar.
My father day, you say you had prayed.
Yeah, I prayed.
And that story actually inspired me a lot.
Yeah, I prayed.
Trust me, I didn't think I needed to.
I've prayed multiple times. The first time I prayed for the mindset. That was when I spent 2 hours saying, God, we're now one, let's just think like one, let's act like one, let our body function like one. I prayed that prayer for like 2 hours, then the next day. I think it was a few days later again, I was in the toilet. I just sat down, and I didn't really pray the prayer like, oh God, my God. I just conversed. I was like, God, you are the one that made this marriage. You are the one that created marriage. Even this sex we're talking about, you are the one that created it.
Yeah.
And I brought an example to God. I said, in the Bible, Adam and Eve were the first people to come to this earth, and there was no YouTube channel there.
Nobody
taught them there. There was a wisdom that entered Adam that knew that, okay, this is the way to do it, to do it. So I was like, God, if Adam and Eve did not have any mentor or friends or family to consult, and they did it anyways, there's a wisdom, that I will need to, that will make this thing to happen. Just a normal conversation. I was boasting for him, like, God, you can do this thing. It's not you again. That kind of vibe, like, you're the one, like, you did this thing to Adam. So I should. And that day she came back, and there was light, obviously. So I just began to play with her. I think the clothes she wore to work that day was actually fine. So he started when she was still on the clothes. She was still wearing the clothes. So I was just like, teasing her here and there. And before you know, started interview, and asking her some questions. I don't want to call this thing too much. You not just miss the mark.
You
But
guys should cut chairs some slang. You won't say something's word for word.
Yeah, so we started playing. I've forgotten that somebody was even coming to fetch water for us. So
he was already fetching the water. He had gone like two times.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But at that instant, I forgot that. And that particular time, we did not now say, let's go and bath, let's now come. Are you ready now? Let's start it.
Yeah, because I used to say it before.
We just started like that. We just started like that. At that time, we didn't know that it was a chick. We didn't even know that. We didn't.
That's quite unusual.
She didn't bait.
I didn't bait.
Because she's the one that came back from my house. Obviously I was flat. But she's the one that came back and needed to back. But we didn't back. She didn't back. We did not plan that we were going to that direction, but it happened.
And it was so fast.
It was so fast, and she got fast. Because prior to that time, she made me believe that I have to do a lot of work, do a lot of things. I have to do this one, I have to press this one, I have to do this one, I have to do and it needs to make me to be angry. Like, Jesus Christ, this plenty, oh God, this is too much. But this day, you not in need of that playing many things. Just started normal. Started playing, from there, from the ground to the bed, one or two. Before you know, everything was, we were in a bathing suit.
In a split second.
In a split second, we were in a bathing suit, and then started, and there was no resistance. Because for there used to be resistance. That resistance used to make me inactive immediately.
Yeah, but to turn you off.
To turn me off. Like immediately, to just drop. Bam, normal. But that day, I don't know, maybe the team was choosing her too much. So there was no restriction. So I just went in once. Maybe I went in, she now realized that, okay, it's something as some call right now, but before she realized, I already gone in first, come out, and when the second one I entered now it's now resulted to a sharp pain. She was like, ouch. That was why I now came out, and I found out that she was already bleeding. So when she made that sound, I stood up. I stood up, and obviously the thing that happened. It dropped again. Then the guy that was fetching her came to knock, and I think since I was stacked, I had to ask her to go and get it done. But when she stood up, I found out that the bed had been stained.
Yeah.
Yes, dropped. So I saw like some droplets of blood and some clots of blood. And to me, I just knew that this drop is too small for you to be like as if you've actually been.
To me, it was not small. It was not small. I was like, you're seeing blood clots and seeing the small. So,
I had something in me that was like, I'm not really. Yes, it's just like a shift, but I'm not really broken through. But I was so excited that happened that day. Like, we're so happy, like as if somebody set us in our accounts. It was joy. Because even prior to that time, many things that I started stumbling on videos of men of God that they gave testimony of how it happened to them, about how someone even went ahead to tell his wife, this night we're here, and the night came, nothing happened. He had to cry and beg God that, God, please, I think I know, but I don't know now, help me. So when I started seeing videos like that, I started saying, okay, this is not only that's happening to some people, people also experience it, and stuff like that. So I really took these matters to go, because I realized that it's not something I could communicate. Most of my friends are not actually married, and even the married ones, why am I going to bring this kind of stuff to them like that? So I just knew that I and my wife, we have to find a way out, and which other better way if not getting it from the main source or where it's originated from.
Yeah.
That was good. It came a time that even when I started progressing, a time will come before you know it, I will just lose activity. Like I'll just lose in the process. Like I will be active, all of a sudden I will just drop. Now, bear in mind now, there's no restriction now, but I just find out that I'm no longer active again in the midst of it.
But sorry for continuing, but now looking back, there were things that I was supposed to be doing in response that
Yes.
was meant to keep him
The
active
fire.
that I was not doing.
Yes.
And that's because obviously I did not know.
No, you didn't.
Do you get? So now if I look back, I can tell myself that those were one of the things.
Yeah, no, it's-
My mom was just to stay there.
Yeah,
He'll
exactly.
be the one doing it. I just enjoy myself.
You get so.
You get?
So I was just so I began to worry, and the thing that I didn't want to do, I later went to go and do it. I went to go and search for the reason why someone will be active and not be active again. I found something. They say they call it erectile dysfunction, something like that, and they said that the drugs that they're going to use and help it is a drug called.
Don't go the name before they go without advice you to go buy it.
There's a particular drug that they use to
Yeah.
make it to be. So by when I now read the side effect, the side effect is not a side effect that might happen to you later. It might happen to you immediately you take it, or like for a few hours after taking it, and it was so bad because it's going to be involving pain. And just imagine me having pain in that area. It's going to be. So I didn't buy it, but it was in my mind. I was like, you sure that I'm not all this sugar I've been drinking is not what's happening to me.
Trust the devil to bring you your things that are
Like
gone.
things were.
And come and use it to paint for your life. That's your problem.
I kid you not. So,
I didn't know he was having this thought.
I didn't know.
So, but he later came to me to tell me that he wanted to go and buy the drug.
Yes.
I'm like,
No,
what?
I didn't tell her I wanted to go. I told her that I wanted to have. I would have bought this
Yeah.
because then when I told her we were registered,
Well, we're fine.
yes, we were fine already. So I think I prayed about it again. If you ask me why am I praying about erectile dysfunction, I have to pray because this thing is active now. Why is it now that it's not active? It's active normally. You get what I'm saying? So I went to God to pray and say, God, you are the one that created this body. This thing, it needs to be active. I mean, I've experienced divine healing, so it's not going to be this area now that I'll now be falling short. So I prayed about it, and all of a sudden I just began to feel very attracted to her. And before she would come and say that she's the one that is come and initiate, she come and she would even come and touch me, I'll tell her I don't have time, or I'm watching something, or something. But later, after making those prayers, I found out that on my own, I can just look at her and she will just enter my eyes. Not in my eyes that she was fine. Oh, she's fine, but in my eyes that I want to collect. I want to collect what I need to collect as a husband. Before it was not there. Because I don't know what's happening. I just lose.
I think he lost interest
I was
in the whole.
losing interest in the whole.
Yeah.
When I think
Because it
about
wasn't
it.
working. When you think about it, it drains you.
Yes. But after making those prayers, I found out that when I look at her, I feel like I want to do something.
Yeah.
You get it was novel because even her she was shocked when I come. She will say, you come, she will jump because she knows that if she miss the opportunity, it might not come again. So she will jump on this. So I was like, I'm not teasing her like.
It was very unusual.
I was not teasing her like, why is your body always everything you want? You are always on fire. she now made it clear that if this one I came now, she's surprised that she wants to take advantage of my coming because if she doesn't respond now, when she doesn't know when next I will come. So she will just jump in and do those things to be very nice and sharp, and God has been helping us to be doing.
And almost everything that I found very, very inspiring of him. The fact that he prayed about it, I didn't think I needed to pray about it, to be very honest, because I felt like it's a natural thing that's bound to happen. So I mean, we're here now doing it. I don't need to use people that do their own ungodly as an example to him. Then I'll be like, say boyfriend and girlfriends doing their own unrighteously. Do they pray about it? Does it not work for them? Because it works for them, and if it's not sweet to them, they will not go back to the main sin. I mean, that's a sin, but we're just using an example for him. So in my own sense, I didn't think I needed to pray about it. But seriously, in marriage, that's where the attack will be. Do you get it? You can be sinning away. I'm not giving you a license to sin, but what I'm trying to say, those people that are doing it in the wrong way, of course, the devil will not resist you
because he wants you
because you're living the bad life, right? So, but when you want to come on God's terms, you can trust yourself to have resistances. So when he told me that he prayed about it, I'm like, oh, wow, that's something I should have done. I don't know why I didn't think. Okay, maybe because I had work, I just resumed the new job I got. They didn't give me like a long holiday for wedding, so I didn't have time to process all these things.
And I'm the man. There's a phrase going on in social media now. In the world, they call it 2 minutes man, man that cannot.
I've not heard about it.
2 minutes man, stuff like that. Like someone that can't,
stay for
a long time. So I mean, I was like, that should not be my portion.
Amen.
That's why I went to pray.
Yeah. Okay.
Cannot be
it was looking like a challenge.
Yes.
Okay. So, but now that we're still like 3 months in the wedding, in the marriage, sorry, I can categorically tell you that at the time he didn't have any problem. Okay, the only challenge was that first he did not like that I was responding as though I was in pain.
Yes.
So to him, it won't make him remain calm.
And he looked as if he had a lot of rules. You have to
And
touch
no,
it.
because I
You
wanted
have
to know
go
why.
here.
I wanted to
you
know.
have to make sure this is
No, see,
if I not touch it, you not say you have to touch it small. She will not even explain to me and say, just like this. And I'm like, this thing you're doing now, I have power. Well, let me know. If I do like this, all the activeness will go. It will go. I need to be sharply, be ready and be sharp. You get? So most of the things you're telling me to do was so plenty. Was as if it's formula. The y the x a plus b minus a plus b is
He was like, he was of the opinion that the rules I give him for it is too much. But because I wanted to make it make sense to myself, right? I wanted to make myself. I don't know why I was not enjoying now. Do you get? So I was looking for, okay, maybe if you do it like this. So for me, it was a suggestion, but for him, it was a rule and regulation. And so, like, are you trying to tell me that I don't know how to be with my?
Do you get? Because I mean, what's
you
happening?
get. So, but anyway, all of those things we overcame. That's why you're seeing this video. You know, like I told you guys, 11 days after we were good, and then he actually did get attracted to me.
Till now.
Till now, it disturbs me so much. I want to rest.
I
I need to travel. I'll go to my parents' place and go and do weekend.
Go now.
So anyway, you know, I'm so glad, I'm so happy because then it used to be me disturbing him. And I would be like, I never to ask him, come. You mean that you used to rush me when we were girlfriend and boyfriend? Not like we didn't do anything, but I mean, you were very much attracted to me because I could see.
Yeah, so but it can't be see finish because if you see finish, it's not. We just got married. I mean, just the week we got married or the month we got married. It can't be see finish because I've not even seen anything. How would I be see? I've not even seen anything.
It's too early to be seen.
Maybe I've not even started. So it can't be. So I knew that there was something wrong, and it's not something that anybody can fix, even though the person that created it, which is God. So I had to go back to him and say, God. In fact, that is the first time I've prayed without saying, God, my God. And you talk. It was just a conversation. I said, God, you know this thing is wrong. I was like hailing him, like, now. After you do this thing, you supposed to know how to take. I'm your child. I just kind of like that, and it worked. That's why I knew that there's a dimension to prayer again. Like you must not literally shout and everything. Just talk to him and we thank God because right now I mean she everything is on point. Active is overactive. To get to I'm active to the point that I will have to bring herself to order and tell her that tomorrow is work. In fact, she's the one that will be telling me tomorrow is work. She asked me, are you tired? I said no, I'm not tired. I am here. It's active.
I did not take any drug or anything.
I didn't take any drug or anything. So I was active. So what was now that thought telling me that I need to go and buy that drug? Thank God I didn't buy that drug because I'm active now. Like I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. Yes, this is how it's supposed to be. You abstained for a long time. This is supposed to be my reward of collecting massively and collecting excessively.
Also, I don't know if this peaked in our previous video because our phone stopped recording, but I mentioned that I feel like in my end, there were things I was supposed to be doing while that act was going on in order to keep him active, right?
Yes.
So I was not doing it then because I didn't know. Yet. So I'm trying to say, in case you're in that situation now, when you're with your partner, there are other things that you do in between. You can just keep it going, really.
Yes.
In a sense. But at the same time, it's not that thing that actually keeps him active. I feel like his own activity is from the inside.
From the inside, from the prayer I prayed. So now there's energy now.
Yeah.
Now rises up to finish the work and make sure that the story ends well and have a good night's rest at the end of the day.
Okay.
So we are very glad.
That was really a challenge at the time.
We're enjoying ourselves now.
Yeah.
She's not showing her face. She's collecting massive now.
Collecting what?
Collecting levels. Levels of our levels. Level collector.
You guys, thank you so much for watching.
Anyway.
Thank you so much for watching upon. See you now.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, that's your brother to brother part. You didn't pick.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I actually want to just say one or two things to my brother out there. Those
brother
of you, brother to brother, man to man, bro to bro. Yeah, yes, you got married to a virgin. Fear not, don't panic. You're going to enjoy it at the later end of everything because right now I'm enjoying my own 100%. Like if there was a figure above 100%, I mean that would understand because I'm enjoying massively right now. You enjoy it at the later end. I just believe that. I just feel like it's not. I believe and I think and I know that it is based on how you respond to it. That is how fast she will adapt to the whole thing. So it boils down on you. I will tell you for free. The ball is in your court as a man to make it easy for her to come along. I realized that, early enough, God so kind, and I put it to work, and to the extent that even if it's paining, I should say no, no, come home. I say no, no, I mean, I know what I'm doing. Don't worry. So her mind was there. She was not scared, and we were very scared of the experience being something that she would not want, because there's some people because we got that information that is how you even do it, that it will not leave a mark or a trauma to her that she will not even want again.
Yeah,
You
but
get?
I don't
So
think that's true though.
happy because
For couples, I don't think that
Yeah,
would
because-
ever be the case.
yeah, because right now she come from more, she comes from more, stuff like that, and that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. That's the original design, for her to come from more.
It's okay.
I mean, to be available to give it to her more. You know
You
what I'm saying?
guys-
So, that is how it is. I'm so happy. I'm so excited that I can, do what I can do by the strength that God has given me, personally. I'm not relying on anything, drugs, or whatsoever. I'm grateful. And, yeah.
Okay, we will see you in.
In our next video.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye, guys.